DJ and Patriot. He's the one that actually helped supply this microphone and the PA system. So without him, we could not do this. Well, we'd probably do it anyway, but thank you.
Hello everybody, I'm Daniel Wesser. I am an American warrior, okay? I'm red, white, and blue. Look, I got some things, I don't have a speech, but I'm doing it from the heart, okay? This is how I do things, all right? I think it's really ridiculous how they can have illegal immigrants on our war vets' land that they fought for. This is our land. We make the decisions. We are real Americans. The government is not the boss. We are. Without us, there would be nothing. Okay? The red, white, and blue means one thing. We, the people. Okay? We, the people, are as one. We must never let no government run our lives, our country, anything we stand for. Tyranny needs to stop. Okay, what do you guys think about Barack Hussein Obama? Impeach him. He must be impeached. He is an illegal. He is illegal. He is not from Hawaii. He is from Kenya, okay? He is not a U.S. citizen.
Right.
Therefore, Chuck Hagel, the commander, needs to be fired. Harry Reid should be fired. John McCain should be fired. This is not about politics. This is about us, we the people. When we decide, when we make decisions, they listen to us. We don't listen to them. We're the boss. They're not. Don't let them brainwash you. They've been doing it for too many years, and it needs to stop. We were passed the torch by our founding fathers to keep the power going of the power of the people. We must never stand down. We must always salute our American flag and our country. Never let tyrants take over. We must stand tall with bikers, with patriots, with Tea Partiers. Everybody that stands with us will always be number one. Thank you, sir.
We need to capture the spirit of 1776. That's what we need to do. Okay, if we could have our next speaker up, Clifford Ike. Come on up here, Clifford. Let's give him a round of applause.
Hey guys, thanks. I wasn't on the original list today, but one of the earlier folks up here asked if anyone had any personal stories about how the shutdown has hurt them. I've got one, and it's actually very, very timely. My wife has a half a dozen cousins. They come from a big Italian extended family. Okay, they're all between 55 and 65. The kids are raised. They set up a cousins club. They like to every couple of months get together and talk about how they were raised and exchange stories. Okay? Okay? Yeah. Okay. They call themselves the Capers because their first trip was up to Cape Cod to enjoy a little fun with one another, eat well, do some shopping and all the things, and talk with their hands a lot, just like I do. Okay? The most recent trip that they had planned was supposed to be today. You know where they were supposed to go? I'll read you the list. Independence Hall, the Liberty Bell, Congress Hall, and they were going to have lunch, of course. You can't have a trip to the Cousins Club without lunch. Where? At the City Tavern. I kid you not. I am not making this up, okay? All right? All right? What do all four of those locations have in common?
Tyranny!
That's absolutely right, okay? Now, are the Cousins Club the anarchists and the terrorists that Harry Reid keeps talking about? Is that why Independence Hall is closed today? I don't think so. They're pretty harmless unless you consider women that talk with their hands dangerous. So I'm going to be real fast here with this. I am asking for two things today, okay? I am asking for all federal park rangers at any park or federal monument across this country to remember that you did one thing when you put that uniform on. You took an oath of office to the Constitution of the United States. Not the administrative executive branch, okay? All right? I am asking you to disobey unlawful orders. The Constitution is supreme over case law. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. The second thing that I ask humbly of our governor, you have the power. This is the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. You are its chief executive officer. This may be federal land, but it sits within the borders of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. We are all not only citizens of the United States, but most of us here are also residents and taxpayers and citizens of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I'm asking Governor Corbett today, if you have to send the state police out here, whatever you got to do, it is time to take back this park for your people. Exactly. One last thing. Just so nobody thinks I'm partisan. I'm so far beyond political parties, I can't even tell you.
You're all the same.
Both parties have created 4,500 federal criminal laws, and bureaucracies within the federal government have created 300,000 criminal regulations with the force of law. This is unconscionable. This is illegal. Government must shrink, and it is up to we the people, who are the sovereigns in this country, to shrink it.
Yeah! You're here!
Last thing, the one place, Independence Hall, that the Capers Cousins Club was supposed to visit today. At the end of the Constitutional Convention, Benjamin Franklin left the hall and was asked by a woman on the street, "Doctor, what have you given us?" His reply was, "Madam, a republic if you can keep it." We are here to take it back. Thank you. Thank you all for coming. God bless America.
Wasn't that inspirational, guys? Well, we have 3 more speakers. In 15 minutes, we're going to march right down to the Valley Forge Visitor Center, right? Yeah! So we're going to invite our next speaker up, Michael Salvi from the Sons of Liberty. Michael Salvi, come on up here, sir. Let's give a round of applause, guys.
Yeah, Mike!
I was going to ask for a bigger round of applause. Can we try that again? Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mike Salvi. I want to thank you all for coming out here today. This is a great metaphor. The idea of taking back our federal park from... The idea of federal land just confuses me to begin with. But the idea to take back our federal park and break an unjust law is deserves probably the biggest round of applause for all of you guys. Let this sink in as a metaphor, because I'll be honest with you, I don't come out here that much, and I really don't think about coming to the federal property until I'm told I'm not allowed to. So for you guys, we all came to an agreement today that we're going to stand here and march for each other, and that's really what we're supposed to be here for. As the Sons of Liberty rider, did you like all the bikes coming in? I should introduce myself too. I'm the president of the Pennsylvania Sons of Liberty Riders. If you're interested, see us later. But thank you, Justin, for putting all this together.
Truth, freedom, prosperity.
And truth and freedom. And you guys agree with that? Truth, freedom, prosperity? Beautiful. All right, so what we advocate for as a group is limited government, fiscal responsibility. I think it's important to not spend more than you have, and true free markets. And we're here to unite like-minded people. And I'll be honest with you, I hear a lot of division today. You know, we've been torn apart as people. But the fact that we're all here together today, unifying under one message, speaks volumes for where we're headed as a country. And it's up to us. It's not up to what they're doing in Washington. It's up to every single person here to decide what happens in our future. Thank you.
Amen.
All right, 2 more speakers and then we march, guys. We're going to march in the footsteps of 1,000 Continental Ghosts. And we're going to honor them by marching right down to the Valley Forge Visitor Center. So here we go. We got 2 more speakers, guys. Ryan Rentschler. Come on up here, Ryan Rentschler. He's right out of Valley Forge Park. He's one of the ghosts, but he's standing right here with us.
Men who died and men who froze. Still our army met its foes. I have just a little brief thing to say. I kind of went back in time and thought about what my ancestor, who was commissioned right here as a second lieutenant, might say about the situation today. This is my son, he's the next generation. Under the burden of this corpse, this bloated corpse we have as a government. Fellow patriots, our fight is for the very soul of our nation, and we cannot stop until victory is won. The struggle against tyranny is hard, but what worthy struggle is not? We as patriots must fight not only for ourselves, but for our children and our grandchildren. The list of grievous offenses has grown too large to ignore, and we as a people must remove our heads from the sand and stand up to those who oppress us. The tyrants in Washington may think themselves of the giant. However, we Americans are slayers of giants. This land is a jumping off point for our first great giant killing venture. It marked a turning point where we as Americans went from a bunch of untrained raw farmers and backwoodsmen to an effective army. This place belongs to us. It is not to be closed to us at the whim of a petty tyrant princeling who's not getting what he wanted, decided he has the grand power to punish us serfs. We are not serfs. There are some who would have you believe we only live to serve the government. That's not. They said it from their own mouths.
You didn't build that.
That's right. While the tyrants try to inflict the most pain they can on us, they will be working in Washington to figure out how to spend our money more effectively. And then we can run our lives for us and tell us how we are responsible for paying those bribes to the rest of the world. While another $1 trillion is flushed down the White House toilet, decent law-abiding Americans lose their homes. While Obama takes vacation after vacation, costing you millions of dollars each time, decent Americans have no vacation because they have no jobs.
Yeah!
While Obamacare goes into effect, your hours are being and benefits are cut. While Obama golfs on federal land, he shuts down our federal sites. While the traitors in Congress squabble over how to spend your next $1 trillion best, American children may go without. While illegal aliens march side by side with Senate traitors, America's war vets are shut out of our memorials in their honor. While the president's family vacations in luxury, the families of our valiant war dead won't receive the pay promised them. My fellow Americans, this must end today. No budget, no pay for politicians. No parks, no vacations for politicians. Obamacare for us, well, it best fit them too. They, my friends, are our servants, not the other way around, and this park belongs to we, the people. Rebellion to tyrants is obedience to God.
All right, that was awesome. That was awesome. Thank you so much. And thank everybody here and the soldiers that died to protect this land. We have our last guest speaker, Steve Sheets. Steve Sheets is a veteran who fought for this country. Let's give him a round of applause.
Well, here we are, out here in a place where men froze to death in that cold, cold winter. One of the things that people don't really necessarily remember is that in that cold, cold winter, there was no money for food. There was no money for soldiers' wages. You know what happened? One man, George Washington, took money from his own pocket, paid the men, bought food so that the people didn't starve to death while they were standing here waiting to fight the Redcoats. Sing it again? Hello? Yeah! One man taking it upon himself to solve a problem. When our founders ratified the Constitution of the United States, there was a bit of controversy over whether they should do it or whether they should have some sort of a Bill of Rights. And they came up with this preamble to a Bill of Rights and a Bill of Rights that basically locked down the government a little bit further because they still had the king fresh in their mind who went up and taxed them at a rate as high as 3%. Can you imagine? 3%, a government charging people 3% for services? My God, that's awful. So fast forward, we have this government shutdown. It's not really a shutdown. Now, say it? They're punishing us. Yes, they are. They keep 85%. 85% of the government is running and is fully funded. But the stuff that creates the best sob stories, those are the programs they cut. And they cut them because they use these sob stories to blame each other. For whatever reason, it's some silly political game, and it doesn't help us at all. Absolutely, they want more taxes. One of the things that these people really, really enjoy is keeping us in the dark. But you know what they've done? They've done something they haven't done ever. They're advertising. Right now, as we stand here in this park, this is a living, breathing advertisement as to the ineffectiveness of the politicians in Washington, D.C. These politicians have forgotten something, and I'm sure everybody here is going to verify this when I say it. These politicians serve at our convenience.
Yeah!
Does anybody here feel like they're acting in a way that's convenient to them right now? No. Is it convenient to be out here? No. Well, yeah, it is. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day for a march. But for the reasoning, is it convenient to be here to actually complain about this park being closed? This is a forest fire that has to be put out. This is our rights being trampled upon by the United States government. We have people who took an oath to defend our country against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. A lot of you are all here. I took that oath. And right now, we have a lot of domestic terrorists running around.
Yeah!
So here's what's going to happen. Like just earlier this week when Donald Trump used $400,000 of his own money to pay a death benefit for fallen soldiers, we are going to follow in his footsteps, and we are going to demonstrate to this government that we don't need them. We can provide for ourselves just fine. Right?
That's what they fear!
Right? Come on, people. We don't need the government, do we? No. A buddy of mine, James Babb, is in the back, and I'm going to bring up something here that I mentioned him once before. On our march, on our way down here, we're going to pick up some trash.
It won't hurt you.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, right now, there is trash on our lawn.
Yeah!
and remove the trash, right? All right. I'm going to give this microphone back to Steve Piotrowski, and together we're all going to march down to the visitor center and pick up the trash from our lawn, because this land is our land. It is not the land of the federal government.